I'm still undecided about what I want to do. I have an interest in both science and economics and business. So it's a bit of contemplating between the two.
Academically, I'm interested in physics, maths, computer science, and apart from that, I play the guitar and I play some sports.
I have a few options. I really like music. Not sure if I want to pursue that. I have an interest in astrophysics and theoretical physics, as well as on the other side, international relations and history.
I'm really interested in business, economics, art, maybe.
I love money and I love like basic subjects like computer science, maths, economics also.
I want to tell them that it's a great opportunity. You've got the best of, mentors, experts, industry experts talking to you. They're also parents of the school. Enjoy the experience, feel comfortable with them, ask questions, continue to ask questions, and make the best, find the best way forward. For all you know, today you will discover your ikigai, as they say.
Oh, definitely. Like I barely knew any of these terms meant, like biotech. I knew that there was something like this, but understanding what it was about and how what people do in it really gave me a different perspective of what I can do potentially.
We really believe that this is the time of biotechnology, era of biotechnology. That's right now. And obviously this is something which the kids should know about, because a lot of questions, even we see some of the kids come out of college is still not so sure about what this is, because it's so vast a field where the boundary is set by us. There's not a defined boundary yet for biotechnology, because it's more like the solution provider for pretty much any problem that you can think of.
There's been this misconception that AI is going to replace all of us, and we have what is called artificial general intelligence. So that, let me assure you, is not the case. We are very, 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 very far from that. So I would compare this to the industrial revolution, right? So each time these kind of breakthrough technologies come up, there is a lot of creative destruction, right? So a lot of people are worried about their jobs. My take is there are going to be new kinds of jobs that come up. It's going to enable a different kind of economy that we didn't anticipate or think of before.
Kids have a lot of entitlements today. Some consciously, some subconsciously, the kids try to draw the circle of entitlement around them. I think what entrepreneurship gives them is a method to erase that circle of entitlement and embrace circle of ownership. I think for me, that's the greatest thing that the kids can get through an entrepreneurial journey.
Children these days, what they're learning, they do want to know whether there's an application for it. One place I realized that they see a gap is how this traditional learning can be used in the real world, because they're hearing the word artificial intelligence and they think it's all about computer science, right? The fact that mathematics can be used there is not something they have thought about. Products are built on basically thinking about mathematical algorithms, right? Say for example, like in a toy or Google Maps or Google Voice recognition. But what is that learning in school that is used for that? There is a gap. So one of the things I was thinking would be very useful for them that their learning is how to bridge that. Like how do you actually use this traditional learning in the real world problems in the product that you build? Because of the plethora of career and job options that are coming up that we could never dream of and that are for them available today, right? So I think this is what is sparking their curiosity to explore wider and unknown fields, and I think it's a great trend.
For me, applied mathematics was my favorite. We learned a lot about the mentor who was there she's gone to many universities, and she talked about how maths can be applied in biology, astrophysics, and a variety of different things. And I feel like that was very interesting, and it's really inspired me. And I'm slightly more encouraged to pursue towards that side of
Personally, I like the sales and marketing session a lot because it gave me a lot of insights about business failure. What are some important traits you have to have as a businessman, and that was really useful for me.
It's about constant learning. There's never going to be an end to it. I want them to have the mindset of curiosity and lifelong learning. I think that's very important. What I'd call the growth mindset. This things never stop, challenges never stop. Getting into the right college doesn't mean you've made it. The brand name XYZ means nothing. You have to keep challenging yourself and growing. I mean, it doesn't, again, it's agnostic to field, agnostic to what you do. And just love what you do and pursue excellence for the sake of excellence.
Well, I do believe in empathy. That is one thing that I work on, inclusion and empathy. So one of the things right now I would love to tell kids is that we come from very different backgrounds, but there has to be somewhere we work together. There is a lot of polarization that can happen in the real world, but as you are going from school to the real world, be aware of how you're including people, how you're making them feel belonged, and what kind of, when there is a choice to exercise empathy, go that route.
I basically took away that there's so many things going on in the world, and especially like in biotech, what I learned from the session was that it's basically what's going to make the world grow like immense. Like many problems that we face can be solved with biotech, and it was again talked about during the AI and data science, where we looked at how we can develop tools that can help us solve these problems, and applied math, of course. It basically ties in together.
There are a few things I think they can be prepared for. One is definitely there is no substitute to hard work. So one of the things that I tell children is that you do not need the prompt of your teachers or your parents to do something. That focus needs to come from you. And there are no shortcuts. End of the day, no matter where we have studied, end of the day we end up in the same reality. So get used to hard work. Second thing that I really want them to be aware of is it's okay to fail. It's okay to fail, right? It's not going to, every time it's not going to go the way that you wanted it to go. And if you have been cocooned in a certain way that you have not really experienced failure before, that can come as a shock. So even if you're going out to study in colleges or grad school, that's not easy, or even going out to work in certain different countries, for example, certain times it's not going to be easy. So be prepared for that.
Never lose this curiosity in you. That's what is going to keep you ahead of the curve. You may have to do certain things the way they have to be done, but still never lose your curiosity. That's the one thing, message to them. Because you are a curious bunch of kids, that's very important for finding solutions.
I think this is what I tell my son. Okay, Inventure is like a canvas. Okay, it's got everything in the canvas, whether it is academics, whether it is outreach, whether it is empathy, whether it is beyond academics, whether it is literature. It's a canvas that's beautifully created for all stakeholders to use it. I think it's left for us to how we use it. Whether you're a parent, whether you're a student, whether you're a teacher. Okay, I think how you take that piece and use it. I think this is what I tell my son, right? It's about you, how you use Inventure, then how Inventure shapes you.
This kind of collaboration, this kind of strengthening, creating opportunities for our students, partnering with us is what I would like to see continue and continue forever and ever. And it is a beautiful partnership, and I love and respect that hugely.